These intelligence factories are overwhelmingly being built in the United States. So according to Epoch AI data, over 75% of the world's most advanced compute capabilities, and by this I'm speaking about these intelligence factories, are now located within the US. Europe has less than 4%, and according to Epoch AI, China has about 15%. And what's really interesting is that this is moving into the American South and into the American heartlands. If you look at some place like Northern Virginia, which used to be data center corridor, where most of the world's internet traffic used to be routed through, this is changing. It's places like Ohio, Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi that are housing these new sites. Let's zoom into Ohio. You have sites like Prometheus, which is Meta's bespoke intelligence factory, which is coming online. Unlike Colossus, which is spread over 3 sites, this is one site being built from the ground up, and this is also going to be another gigawatt data center. So already in the United States, we're talking about several sites that are serving 1 or 2 gigawatts of power. It isn't just XAI, it isn't just Meta. Google, Amazon, Oracle are all building in Ohio as well. I'm based in Texas. I like to say that Texas is going to be ground zero for AGI, in part because of the sheer infrastructure that is needed to support intelligence to civilizational scale. And by 2030, Texas is actually going to overtake Virginia as the #1 market within the US for intelligence factory capability. Right now, in Texas, over 6.6 gigawatts of power already being permitted to support these data centers. What's really interesting is how now the US hyperscalers are starting to think about how they can sustain their own energy capabilities on site. So by not connecting into the local grid where capacity is already very, very stretched, by doing things like building small modular reactors on site, and in the initial phase, at least, powering up through things like natural gas, which is why Texas is such a hotspot. So these intelligence factories are flooding into the American South, into the American heartlands. And the formula is basically, where can we get a lot of land? Where can we get access to energy? Where can we do the permitting and regulation quickly? Which is why places like Mississippi, Tennessee, Texas, Ohio are emerging as ground zero for these sites. If you look at Prometheus, which is Meta's big site, which it's developing in Columbus, Ohio, it's fascinating to see how they're already locking in deals with the local energy providers specifically for nuclear. This is a site being built from the ground up to be powered by nuclear energy, already signed 3 deals as of January 2026, locking in 6.6 gigawatts of nuclear energy to power this one intelligence factory. 3 local nuclear facilities, which might have otherwise have been phased out, are now extending their lifespan thanks to this kind of underwriting by Meta to buy the energy resource. We're also starting to see in places like Ohio how local utility providers simply aren't signing any more deals because they don't have the capacity, right? If you look at Ohio, I think there's something like 33 gigawatts of energy already signed for, and there simply is no more capacity. Just thinking about the actual scale of this infrastructure, it almost boggles the mind. So Meta's Hyperion site in Louisiana, the initial price tag on Hyperion was $27 billion, and now it looks like that bill has already escalated to over $50 billion. That is larger than the entire island of Manhattan. So again, we need to completely reevaluate how we think about this infrastructure. It's not a traditional data center, and therefore also think about why are they being built? And it is being built to industrialize non-biological intelligence with a capital I.